Well, we have a very special guest. As you all know, I know you have been waiting on this special guest. Our vice president, you all know so many historical firsts for this extraordinary woman. She's a graduate of Howard University. Who's here from Howard? All right. She's a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. Okay, I see some pinkies up. She has been the attorney general. She's been the district attorney. She has been a senator, and now we are honored to have her as our vice president. So will you all please stand as she enters the room?
Hello, everybody.
You can clap. It's okay.
I got nervous.
They're all struck. So happy to see you. Have a seat. We're going to have a conversation, Mayor.
What is something that you feel like is not portrayed in the media enough when it comes to Black education or just being a student at a HBCU in today's age? What is not, to you, broadcast enough as a politician or someone that's in politics?
So that's a wonderful question, and I think that there's a short answer and a long answer. There's a whole lot that's not, I think, in the mainstream media that fully understands the depth and breadth of the American experience, everyone's American experience. When I first took the stage as a nominee to be vice president, I took the stage and I talked about my family and how my family is such a big part of what brought me to that stage. And this is now a national, it's not an international audience, because we're talking about, right, who's going to be the next president, vice president of the United States. And so I went on about who family to me is. And then on the list of family to me, I said, my Divine Nine family. And there were people looking at each other, what's Divine Nine? And I thought to myself, you about to find out. But there you go. As a very quick, small example of my point. People who are covering who will be the next president and vice president of the United States, unfamiliar with the Divine Nine. So that's a quick example of a point, which is that, sadly, there is still a lot that we are counting on you all as leaders and journalists to help us do to continue to educate the people of our country and our world about who we are as Americans. Because, of course, the history, the presence, and the contribution of, going with my example, members of the Divine Nine, of which we both are, is very much a part of the history of our country. So I say that also to say that as a proud graduate of an HBCU, and as we all have that common experience, one of the blessings that I realize now so many years later that I can tell you already have figured out while you're still there is that you have a special responsibility because you have had the good fortune and blessing of being in an academic environment that in every way, from the walls that were constructed in your classrooms and why they were built, you have the unique ability to know that we are counting on you, that you represent the best of who we are, and that we are requiring you to lead. Because we have also learned in those places, if not in our own families or communities, that we stand on broad shoulders, who imagined that we all right now would be having this conversation at the White House. Somebody gave me, Mayor, somebody gave me a T-shirt everyone here should be wearing it. And the T-shirt said, "I am my ancestors' wildest dream." All of you should be wearing that T-shirt too, right? But you have the experience of also learning that you will be in an environment that will not allow you to be anything less than the best. That you will be required to take full advantage of all those who want to nurture you and educate you and lift you up. And then you go out there and you remember you are never alone. Because most of you will be in rooms, and I'll speak for the two of us if I may. You will find yourselves many times in a room where you are the only one like you, who looks like you, who has had your life experience. And the other thing you learn at an HBCU is to remember, no, I come from people. There are a whole lot of me out there. And so being in that environment gives you the charge to have the confidence to then be in those rooms and never feel small and never feel alone and never be convinced that you're the only one like you and therefore alone. Because no, you come from and have a whole bunch of folks who walk into every one of those rooms with you, even if you can't see them at the moment. You must always feel and know that we're all present.
Thank you.